Hey everyone, I'm Sisi. I began my JRT experience back in October of 2016. I got engaged in June of 2016, and I really thought that I wasn't going to start looking for dresses for quite some time. I wanted to lose weight. I had all these excuses of, kind of delaying the process, and I got involved with Ralph because not only had worked with him in the past, just on photo shoots because I'm also a makeup artist, but I was following him on Instagram and saw that he was having a trunk show, and I was like, oh, I'll just stop by and just see, what type of dresses he has and what, what's, come out and, recently since the last time I worked with him, not at all expecting to actually purchase a dress that day. I had a whole list of other stores I was going to go to, and, went to the trunk show, and it was such a great experience. Tried on 6 dresses, and the 6th one was mine. So I said yes to the sketch that day. And I was really excited to, begin the process. It's been a great experience working with Ralph. I, never assumed that I wanted to do, a custom dress, straight off the bat. But, once I kind of saw the benefits of growing in love with my dress and being a part of the creative process, I knew that that was like the best decision for me to do. So I was really, really happy that I didn't need to go to any other store. I'm just a pretty decisive person. So I knew that I was going to be in for an amazing ride, and it was an amazing ride. Planning out my dress literally, I think it was like days before the wedding, still making, minor alterations. So it was a great experience, and I'm so glad that I got a custom gown. So I wasn't 100% sure when I put it on. I just knew that when I put it on, I was like, okay, I finally found the silhouette that works for me, and it happened to be, all the beading and the intricacy that I wanted. And then I wasn't positive if I wanted to get the dress because, again, I wasn't expecting to purchase, so I thought, oh, it's too soon. I'm supposed to try on like 20 dresses and go to all these stores. So I was putting a lot of doubt in my head where it wasn't necessarily needed. And it wasn't until my sister was like, hey, well, let's just grab lunch, around the corner, take a break, and then come back and see if you want to actually get the dress. And it was like literally as soon as I walked out of the door, I was like, no, I want to put the dress back on. So that was how I knew it was my dress. It was literally leaving the store made me feel like, oh, no, I have to put that back on. And once I, had lunch with my sister and my mom, I came back, put it back on. I was like, okay, yeah, this is it for sure. This is definitely it. Yeah, no, I think that was the benefit of going custom. I think that, the fear of, oh my gosh, what if I want, something a little bit different? It's like, okay, well, I can tell Ralph to make it a little bit different, so that's the bonus of, having a custom dress, is being able to be inspired along the way and make minor tweaks, because I felt like Ralph was really understanding and flexible with me. I wasn't kind of recreating the dress, midway through, but for the most part, any, little tweaks and changes that I wanted, I was able to have it. So I felt like I got all that I wanted in terms of options, by going the custom route with him. So I didn't really have any other reservations, by not having gone to any other designers or tried on any other dresses in other stores. It fit good. It fit really, really well. And I was so surprised because everyone in the beginning was telling me, you're going to lose so much weight at the end. Because again, I thought I was going to postpone looking for a dress because I wanted to shed a few pounds. But the beautiful thing was, I started to lose so many inches, towards the very end, and they just literally, it was like days before the wedding, they were still just taking it in so that it could fit perfectly to my body. And so I loved the fit of my gown. It hugged me in all the right places, and it was still elegant and sexy but conservative at the same time. So I really, really loved the fit of my dress. Yeah, so I'm a makeup artist, and I specialize in bridal glam for multicultural brides, and so I'm always on the other end where I'm the vendor, so I always try to share my experiences with prospective brides about what successful brides feel like on their day. And more times than not, the brides that feel, the best about their day, they're the ones that knew how to pick and choose where to splurge, where to cut back, and kind of make, the best decision for them. And so I like for me, everyone was assuming, oh, you know, you're gonna do your own makeup for your wedding, right? And I was just like, no, I'm not. You know, I had 2 ceremonies because I had a cultural wedding the day before, so I did my makeup for that. But that day I wanted to be the bride. I did not want to have to take out my makeup kit. I did not want to have to feel like I'm working, because every single wedding I've been to in the past 7 years, I don't think I ever just showed up. So it was important to me to have that experience. And so I think that, you know, what I was always trying to educate brides, you know, especially during the chat, was, you know, identify what your vision is, get clear there, and get clear on the experience you want to have, and don't make sacrifices to get that experience, because at the end of the day, when all the money is spent, you want to look back and say that was so worth it, you know. So from my perspective, my brand, and becoming a bride, and, you know, still serving brides, it's changed my perspective on how to serve brides, like what they're really dealing with. It's a trust issue, you know. It's so nerve-wracking to put all your faith in some wedding vendors. And so, you know, I think that I'm going to serve my brides differently, but I also, just now that I've, you know, kind of crossed the finish line and I'm married now, and went through the whole wedding process, I just want to continue to teach brides that you can have the wedding of your dreams, you can have, you know, the dress of your dreams. It's just all about balance and knowing where you can kind of pull back or hold back, and where you should not make any sacrifices at all, especially not your dress. I think one was the first time I walked in for the trunk show was so I had just gotten my hair colored and cut, and when I walked in, Ralph was just like over the moon about my look, and he's like, oh my gosh, Sisi, this hair, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And so every time I would walk, and he's just, I just love the way you dress, oh, I just love your hair, all the, you know, all these different things. And so he was always just upbeat, smiling and complimenting me, and just making me feel super comfortable. And I know that during the planning process, in the beginning, we were also looking for a home to purchase. So I was very, very stressed out with, you know, frustration from, you know, different offers that didn't go through. And like literally it would be like such a relief to come here, you know, during the fitting, and to just crack up with him. And I remember towards the end, he like injured his leg. So he had this limp. He was like moving super slow. And I'm like, all right, slow and steady wins the race. And he would just, you know, kind of carry on. And so I always just felt like coming into the store, it was just like a light, it was like a weight lifted from, you know, from everything. So I had really, really good times coming here.